Go ahead, James. James, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. We live?
Yes, sir.
Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode of Changing the Game. Now it's my turn. Jason, I don't know what he's doing, maybe watching some New Japan Pro Wrestling. I am joined by, from the Ignorant Thinkers podcast. Introduce yourself and let people know where they can go to find you.
Hey, Dennis Holmes is in the building. How's everybody doing? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here. We're talking sports, and I'm always here to give my side, which is always different from everybody else's. So let's see how the game goes today. Changing the game, I'm here, baby.
Yes, sir.
And last but surely not least, someone that I have grown fond of, the one, the only, Miss Karen K. How you been? It's been a long time.
Hey, I'm doing good. James doing good. Yes, this is Karen K. Got a new show, the reboot of the Karen K on Spotify. Check me out with that. And also, tonight at 9, so definitely check us out on Devil's Advocate with my boy Renegade. We both will be hosting that tonight. So definitely welcome. So glad to be back, guys, hanging out with you, especially James. I haven't seen you. Definitely glad to be back.
So with that being said, we're going to start the show how we had the last 3 weeks since the show has started, NBA. Now, like, in our pre-show meeting, I was like, hey, I want to sign a contract with the Lakers now. We got Melo has now signed with the Lakers. I've heard rumors of, what's his name, Rozier. I've also heard maybe Kevin Love could be ending up out in Los Angeles. Who isn't going to be a Laker when this season starts?
You know what? I don't know. I mean, shoot. They so loaded to where it ain't even funny no more. Man, I'm trying to figure out, who's even left, that they don't have or they've never had.
Well, the Lakers definitely need a shooter because we still got Dennis Schroeder right now. We're trying to think about because we just picked up Trevor Ariza, Dwight Howard, Bazemore.
You mean Kenny Bazemore?
Yeah, Kenneth, yes, we picked up Bazemore. So we actually, this is Dwight Howard third trip to the Lakers. Got Carmelo Anthony, Russell Westbrook. I'm telling you, they got some other guys I can't even think of right now. They just got a stacked house right now. Because I'm telling you, we better stack and be ready for Brooklyn. Because I know Brooklyn just added another key piece also. So the Lakers are ready. Come to the West and see us. You know what I'm saying?
The Lakers, Brooklyn added Patty Mills.
That's who it was. Yes.
Yeah. So, personally, I'm not scared of neither team.
Right.
Okay.
I'm a 76ers fan. Philadelphia all day. That's me. If you don't know that,
We really ain't scared of them. But all right.
No.
We really.
No. Come on to the West. I'm telling you.
Really.
Come on to the West. I think the West right now that I'm looking at Lakers to be number one again, and we'll see if we can keep. Listen, we know we got an old team. People are already laughing. I've seen the memes out where everybody with a gray beard and everything already.
there's tearing their face out.
Because of the 30s, you got Russell Westbrook going to turn, 32? You got LeBron at 36, almost 37. You got Dwight Howard in his late 30s. You got Melo that's 30 plus. I know 30, at least 35 or more. And everybody's in their 30s. But you know what? They got so many people coming up off the bench. It's just going to be amazing. Like Dwight Howard said, whether I start or whatever, as long as I help out. We still got Marc Gasol. So I feel like our center, AD, hey, you can talk about all the age we got. But we still got AD that's in his prime. So, hey, bring it on to the West.
If he can stay healthy. Street clothes. Yeah, street clothes.
Street clothes? Yeah, street clothes as long as you want to.
Yeah.
Speaking of Brooklyn, it was brought up. It has been pushed around on ESPN that Durant's going to sign a 4-year, $198 million extension with the Nets.
That's
Great.
beautiful.
Great. Right. Yay.
I mean, let's be honest. Some of the money that's been thrown around in free agency, you had what's his name, Lonzo Ball, making tons of money from Chicago.
I'm not really
Chicago's
sure.
Out here spending money.
Okay, so I'd like to know who at the top was smoking crack when they decided to get this man 85 million. I wouldn't even gave him half. 85
Hey,
million.
I tell you what, he looks better than what he did when he was with the Lakers. He's actually, I don't know if I would have gave him 85 million, but let me say this real quick. I think he's going to prove his point that Caruso from the Lakers went to Chicago also. Plus, I think DeMar Rosen is in Chicago also. That's going to be a good squad. That's going to be a pretty good squad this year.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, then you got teams out here like Dallas. Dallas is offering right now Luka an extension based on just his Olympic play. Yes, he came up short, but just the numbers he was putting up in the Olympics apparently has impressed Dallas to the point where they're ready to pay him big money and start building around him.
They should. He's the franchise. I mean,
yeah, he is.
They should.
This dude would take a team by itself.
Right.
Yeah.
So with Philly, is Ben Simmons on that team when the season starts?
Probably so.
What
Dallas right now? Going to Dallas? Ben?
No, I'm not just saying Ben Simmons. Does he play for Philly? Does he finish the year with Philly this year?
I think he stays in Philly.
Hey.
Yeah, I think he stays. I think he stays too. If he wasn't traded on draft night, which I was actually at the NBA draft.
Oh, were you really?
Yeah, it's a pretty good experience. I went to Brooklyn.
All right.
Awesome.
Tickets was $30. You couldn't beat that. I said, I'm going to Brooklyn.
Nah, where Brooklyn at?
Yeah, that's what I said when I got there. But,
right.
But yeah, pretty good experience. He wasn't traded on draft night. And all this free agency move and ain't nothing happened. I don't think he's going nowhere. I think the Sixers are scared to regret that if they trade Ben Simmons, that he'll actually become a better player, like a lot of other players did when they left Philadelphia. That's what I'm noticing.
Hey, you know what? I think they also signed Andre Drummond too as an insurance policy.
I think that was a dumb sign. I ain't gonna cuss and say what I want to say.
No, say it.
No, say what you gotta say.
That was a dumbass signing.
There you go.
Why would you sign another guy that can't shoot free throws when Robin Lopez was right there? I don't understand this shit at all. Like, Robin Lopez was right there.
Yeah.
He can shoot free throws. He got a baby hook that was killing us. We got to see it firsthand.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Why would you sign Andre Drummond? And him and Embiid not even cool. Embiid got the whole tweet about our own real estate in his head.
He did. He do. And Andre Drummond owned real estate on the bench right behind him.
Then we see
Curry
got paid.
Oh yeah.
The Warriors ponied up and paid him again.
$217 million.
So, but the only question we still have about Golden State is one person, Thompson. Can he come and actually play, or is he going to be hurt another year after signing the massive contract?
Wow. That's saying a lot. I mean, I love to see him healthy, but Klay Thompson, without Klay Thompson, that ship does not run. Golden State's proved that. The Golden State's proved that. So
I agree with you.
Then we had what's the player down in Miami that signed his big deal, like $90 million?
Jimmy Butler.
Well, we had Butler, then we had the undrafted. I'm going to say it because I really don't know his name right now. The little white boy.
Yeah, we had Jimmy Butler. So.
Duncan Robinson, you're talking about?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So there's money out here being spent. Are any teams trying to buy them a championship? Well, other than the Lakers.
Right, right.
But I mean, yeah. Hey, look. But Butler, Bam Adebayo, and what's his name? And they got Bam Adebayo, and I can't think of it. They got a big three. They got a nice little big three. Butler, Bam Adebayo, and a couple, and another cat that they got.
They got Kyle Lowry from Philadelphia.
Yeah, and Kyle Lowry. They just signed him.
They got a squad.
Yeah,
now.
they got a nice little big three.
One.
They can compete in the East. But then again, I'm kind of glad to see that free agency and these signing trade deals has went this way, because now it's starting to add a little more parity to the NBA, where now everybody can stack up.
Yes.
And I'm glad to see that.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is you better come with some big three to compete in the NBA now, because look like everybody got at least three good players that is ready to compete.
They got the three amigos.
So you better come with your squad, because guess what? We got to take some champions down. Yeah, I'm telling you, because Brooklyn, I thought, the Lakers were good, but we had so many injuries. But I was thinking that Brooklyn was going to take it, and I was wrong. Phoenix, what do y'all think about Phoenix? Phoenix re-signed Chris Paul to a big deal.
Hey,
Mr. Turnover.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you know what? I think that was an okay thing for him, and it was an okay thing for Phoenix, just simply because, he's there to mentor the young players now. You know what I mean? Even if they don't get a ring, I mean, they are championship caliber. And, I think that this loss that they took in the finals might have been able to light a fire up underneath them. So we'll see how it works out.
Can't win championships if you turn over the ball.
Well, no.
That's right.
Well, no, Chris Paul proved that he is not clutch.
But yet you're going to give him all that money to help coach young players?
Who else you going to give it to?
I mean,
I don't know if he
was hurt.
I don't know if he proved that he's not clutch.
Right.
I can't sit here and say that. I'm just going to say that he just didn't win the big game. Came down to the big game, and there's so many people rooting against Chris Paul. I've never seen nothing like it.
I mean, I'm a Chris Paul fan. I think because of COVID protocol and also injuries that Chris Paul suffered, that had something to do with his performance. Even though he did a really good job, I think that had something to do with his performance in that playoffs, in the finals.
Well, yeah. I mean, it does, but at the same time, it's Chris Paul, and I think, a lot of us expect a lot better from him than what we've seen in the NBA Finals.
All right, so before we go to break, which we got about 6 minutes till we hit break, the Olympics, let's go ahead. America's gold medal in basketball, beating the team that beat them in the tournament, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So the team finally rebounds it and gets a nice putback to get the gold after taking that loss. Are you impressed with this year's team?
Well, they got gold. Not really, but I'm not going to say it's the best U.S. team in history. But I mean, they got gold, so that counts for something.
I am impressed with this team. The one reason why I am, they had three players that didn't get to them until after the finals, which is the Olympics being so lopsided with the NBA team because of the COVID. So they didn't get to really mesh like they wanted to, and that's why we had so many disappointing moments in the beginning. But I didn't know that the coaching tree was so deep. That's what I didn't pay attention to. I didn't know that it was Greg Popovich, Steve Kerr, and Jay Wright all there coaching together. I didn't know that. And as you can see, they made the necessary adjustments and beat the teams they need to beat to get gold. Now, we're not going to see a dominance like the 92 Olympic team, because you got to remember, but in the '92 Olympics overseas, there was only like 1 or 2 players that played in the NBA.
Right.
Now, just on certain teams, just on that France team alone, there's 7 players in the NBA. So you're going to see things differently. You know, a lot of these guys are coming to play for their country, and they play harder for their country than they are playing for the NBA.
True.
I mean, if there's a quote out there, somebody said that Luka Doncic said it, that, you know, he'd rather win the gold, you know, than win the NBA title.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, currently I'm kind of a Luka Doncic. I guess I'm a Luka Doncic hater.
That's my boy.
I'm kind of a Luka Doncic hater because, you know, I made a statement like a couple years, like last year, saying the Luka Doncic Trae Young trade was about an even trade.
Ooh-wee.
You know, and people told me it wasn't an even trade. Luka Doncic won that trade, you know, head over heels, and so I'm here just to prove them wrong that Trae Young is better than Luka Doncic. That's my whole thing.
That's saying a lot. That's really saying a lot.
Well, you see the way Atlanta was balling this year.
Yeah, they were. But look at the end of the day. Same thing with Dallas.
Yeah. Right. They both didn't get far. I will say this. Atlanta did a really, really fantastic job this year, but Trae better than Luka? I got to reevaluate.
That's a stretch.
I really can't say that right now. I got to look at Trae a little bit. Don't get me wrong, fantastic dude. I think he got a deal this time with Atlanta. He made some money. He did a good sign.
181 of them.
Yeah.
Or no, actually it was 204. It was 204, 207. Yep, you're right.
Wow.
You got 207.
Hey, with that much money, you would say he's better than Luka, but I still don't see it yet.
I'm just going by what happened this year. Just
think
about it. They fired his coach. They fired his coach on March 1st. Fired his coach on March 1st. They were, at the time, they wasn't even in playoff contention.
No, they wasn't.
They went and they made it all the way to a 5 seed from that point. Beat the New York Knicks. Came in and beat the number 1 seed Philadelphia 76ers, which is my team. And probably could have beat Milwaukee, but, you know, the injuries took a toll, so Milwaukee came back and dusted them off.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's just the thing. I mean, you see your boy Luka Doncic. He played the same team 2 years in a row. Couldn't beat them. Clippers.
At all.
Same team. Played 2 years in a row.
So, before we do go into break, I'm poking around on ESPN, and apparently the NBA is possibly looking into tampering with the 2 sign and trade deals, which is Lonzo and the Kyle Lowry deal.
Oh, wow.
They're saying they'll examine whether there's illegal contact between the teams and the players before the open of free agency.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, imagine during the Olympics, these players are playing together. They're in the locker room together, a free agent, be like, hey, why don't you come play with us? It'd be nice to keep this little chemistry going beyond the Olympics. So who snitched?
That's bad.
Somebody did.
That's bad news. Somebody did, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't their agents because both of them got paid. I'm pretty sure. So,
hey,
go ahead.
I was going to say they should have did like Magic Johnson did with LeBron James. I think that dude was at his house at 12:01. You can camp out. You cannot talk to them, but you could definitely be at that door wherever you need to be at 12:01. Somebody did. I guess they wanted Kyle or Lonzo on their team. So it was like, hey, since you're not going to our team, I'm going to tell there was some tampering before time. So, yeah, you got to do it right, though. You got to be out there at 12:01. You know, if you want to get those deals done, then that's if the player wants to play on your team.
Right. All right, so we got about 20 seconds.
So I do see the point with Luka and wanting to win gold over an NBA championship coming from Slovenia. That's a bigger deal, makes him bigger in his own home country, let's be honest.
Right.
Outside the NBA,
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, we got about 20 seconds. So, hey, check it out. We all need to go to commercial break. Everybody make sure you mute them and check out the YouTube page. We'll be right back in about 30 seconds.
These are unparalleled times and unusual circumstances. Censorship is under attack, and so is our narrative and our history. Madiba magazine is now currently in circulation and now available to the public for the preservation of our culture. Madiba has everything about our culture from news to fashion. So go to the Madiba Facebook page, like, share, and subscribe, and check out how you can get a copy of the Monumental magazine. Because Madiba is not just business as usual, and by supporting Madiba, you will also be supporting our narrative, our history, and our cause. These are unparalleled times.
And we are all back. And
welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Renegade. I'm sorry.
No, you straight.
I'm fired up. I'm fired up.
All right, now go ahead. Take us into the next one.
So, it's here. It's here. This is the last Sunday of no football after the Hall of Fame game, which, Karen, aren't you a Cowboy fan?
All day. All day.
Sorry about the Hall of Fame game.
I was just starting to like you, Karen.
That's okay.
Damn.
Hey, Cowboys for life.
So with that being said, it's Hall of Fame time. Let me ask you a question. I was watching the Hall of Fame game and listening to the commentary, and Peyton Manning was on. Did you hear about this new alternate commentary they're going to do with him and Eli?
Great.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about it.
He was explaining the concept. It's like, hey, it's me and my brother walk into a bar and watch football with a buddy.
Right.
I was like, you know what? With everything that's going on with podcasts and watch-alongs and all this, is this the future of NFL football? Just like two old guys going to sit down with their buddies watching the game.
Nah.
I believe this is the future because some people don't like listening to certain commentators.
Right.
Like there's a lot of people out there don't like Joe Buck. I like Joe Buck.
Me too. Joe Buck's a very good announcer.
Right, I like Joe Buck. Now some people say they like Joe Buck in football, they don't like him in baseball. I don't have a Joe Buck problem. Troy Aikman. Only announcer I think I had a problem with
Tony Romo
was Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football's
Tony Romo.
Booker McFarland.
He's horrible, and so is Mike Tirico. When Mike Tirico, they have him sit in, I'll be like, oh God.
And hold your tongue.
Jason Witten wasn't too good either.
Hold your tongue with Tony Romo. I actually get excited when I see he's going to call a game because, believe it or not,
Tony Romo might be this era's John Madden.
Oh God.
Very well, I believe that.
He just might be. I can't front. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave him his own video game.
So go from Romo to what just happened today came out. Buffalo has their quarterback, and they paid to prove it.
You got to remember, that's a franchise right there that hasn't had a good quarterback since Jim Kelly. That's almost 25 years. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you knew they were going to pay their quarterback big money, and they paid him. He did a great job last year, taking him to the AFC Championship game. He's been getting better and better every year. Now, everybody wants to know now that you got paid, because that's usually how it go. You got paid now. Now we're going to see who you really are. See, right. That's the difference. See, a lot of people, and this goes with everybody, because we know Baker and Lamar are next. And I've been saying this since January. Somebody ain't getting paid between Baker and Lamar. Somebody ain't getting paid.
Ooh. Yeah.
That's what I was saying since January. So we'll find out to see who's going to get paid.
Probably ain't going to be Baker, James. What do you think? I think Baker is not going to get paid.
Let's be honest.
James, you a Browns fan?
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest,
Karen. Cleveland right now, that NBA championship is sweet, right?
Uh-huh.
It is. But you know what? That playoff victory right now is just as sweet, which Baker was able to accomplish with the Cleveland Browns. I think he's going to get paid, but I believe it's also going to be a team-friendly deal like his buddy Nick Chubb signed. Because I brought this up. Be honest, Nick Chubb could have hit the open market next year and made way more than $36 million for 3 years.
Yes, he could have.
Thank you, James. Thank you, James.
So he took him a franchise-friendly deal, blew out his knee in colleges last year.
Right.
Cleveland still took him at a very decent first-round pick, I believe, which was 24th or second round or something like that. Let's be honest. Baker's going to give him a franchise-friendly deal because he now sees it. Cleveland wanted him when everybody else was saying he's not a number one pick.
Right.
He's not a number one pick. Cleveland now has proven they can build around a gunslinger like the Packers did around a Brett Favre. Let's be honest.
That's too much of a high praise there, player. Whoa.
No, I'm just saying.
Listen, I love Baker. Okay, I think I had the biggest set of pom-poms for Baker Mayfield, and I'm not even an Oklahoma fan. I'm a Tennessee Volunteers fan. I had the biggest set of pom-poms for Baker Mayfield. One of my proudest moments of Baker Mayfield
was
when
the
he
horseshoe.
stuck that flag in the middle of Ohio State's field. That was one of my proudest Baker Mayfield moments. I said, I like this dude. And after that, I started betting on him, and I started winning a lot of money. He paid a lot of bills in my house at the time. So shout out to Baker. But I don't know about that Brett Favre. I don't know.
No, but I'm just saying that gunslinger mentality that a lot of quarterbacks don't play as much anymore.
Right.
Is Lamar going to get paid? Lamar's going to get paid. He's an MVP.
Yeah, but see, they're not gonna pay. See, this is where it's gonna get tricky, and he might end up doing a Dak Prescott situation. I didn't like the way that the Cowboys treated Dak on that, but after all said and done, he got his money. I'm a Dak Prescott fan, but I don't like the Cowboys. I'm a Dak Prescott. I wanted Dak Prescott over Carson Wentz. Just to put that out there and let y'all know.
Everybody now thinks that, though.
No, I said that years ago. I said that years ago. Because when the Eagles moved up, I wanted Jalen Ramsey. That's what I wanted. I wanted the corner Jalen Ramsey.
Right.
I wanted Jalen Ramsey, and I'm like, we could get Prescott from Mississippi State. This bull like the next Donovan McNabb. I like this bull, but it don't work out my way. So, but we got a Super Bowl, so I ain't that mad. So at the end of the day, I think Cleveland will pay Baker, and I think he will set the market. I think he will reset the market. And then Lamar will be looking to get more to Baker. And Baltimore don't really value quarterbacks as much.
But they did value Flacco, though.
They got 2 Super Bowls, and they feel as though they got those Super Bowls on defense, not quarterback play.
Facts. I'll give you that one. That wasn't, neither one of those Super Bowls were on quarterback play.
It was on defense. And that's why sometimes you sit there and you think about it, you be like, oh, so that's why those are the things that you sit there and think about. So I hope Lamar gets his money, but we'll see.
So let's have fun with this. Now that we know Allen has signed, I'm going to ask you, Baker, Lamar, over or under what Allen got?
He need to be over.
It got to be over.
He need to be over.
Nick Chubb is the only one I've seen that went under. But
because this is how I'm looking at it. Playoff victory wise, if you go by playoff wins, obviously Allen's got more wins on his resume in the playoffs. But Lamar's got the MVP. And one playoff win, which Baker has at this current moment. So I believe Baker gets under Lamar and Allen.
Okay.
Jeez. You really think that?
I believe
since they swindled Nick Chubb into that deal, maybe they swindled Baker into one too.
I mean, but Tom Brady and all these quarterbacks have proven if you take a little bit of a pay cut and they can surround you, you can win.
Right. They're
that feels like the new motto now in the NFL. Be like, hey, I'll take a little bit off the top for you to build around me, but I want some incentives in there deeper that pay me.
Mhm.
Like them performance incentives.
Yeah.
And speaking of quarterbacks, Philly, what's your take on what your team's going to be able to do this year? Wentz is gone. New staff coming in.
Yes, gone.
Thank God.
I'm going to say this.
I tried to tell everybody this, but only Carson Wentz to me was garbage. He was garbage from day one. He was not all that.
As the Spanish would say, basura. He's trash. He's dumpster juice.
Yes.
But won him a Super Bowl before Dallas has again, though.
There's that.
Of course.
I mean, there is
it's
that.
Okay, James.
I'm gonna say this because last year, my pre predictions of last year, I told everybody the Eagles was gonna go 13-3.
What?
And
as you see, they went 4-11-1.
Yeah.
What?
You was hustling backwards. What that sound like?
You don't even know. You don't even
know. The whole NFC East was a dumpster fire last year. Wow. And you wouldn't have thought that because everybody had their regular quarterbacks except for Dallas. And you would have thought that, New York would have stepped up and did better. Washington would have did better.
Well, they drafted Daniel Jones. How much better?
Well, hold on. New York, and this is the thing I don't understand about the Giants. They got mad at us because we gave the Washington football team the game, the last game. But New York, y'all was 5-7 in the beginning of December with the lead in the division.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
win
they
your
were.
games, so you don't have to worry about nobody else bailing you out.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Win your game. That's what I say. Win your games during the season.
Now y'all want to be having all these extra fights in camp and shit. You should have been fighting last year in December. Now y'all want to be fighting and you got players retiring halfway through camp. Okay. Yep. Let y'all come out look like trash this year. I'm going to laugh at y'all. I'm telling y'all. Let y'all come out look like trash this year.
New York. The big city dreams. New York football team ain't only what it seems.
They sure ain't. You got
new
that
quarterback
right.
in Philly.
You got that right.
Are you excited?
I like Jalen.
First of all, I love Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
I love Jalen Hurts myself.
I call him my son.
From Alabama. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you all right.
I call him my son. Not that I'm his father, nothing like that, but that's just how much I love him. Everybody keeps saying we're gonna get Deshaun Watson and make this. I don't want Deshaun Watson personally. I want to stick it out with Jalen Hurts. I want my whole young team to grow together and build and win the championship. One thing we got going, we really deep at offensive line and defensive line right now. So, we got a chance to make some noise, but I'm just gonna watch every game and I'm gonna be humble this year.
Make your predictions. No, go ahead. Make your predictions. 15 and what? We got an extra game this year, so go ahead. You saying 14 and what?
My prediction is I'm going to watch every play and appreciate everything that's going on this year.
Right.
I'm going to appreciate it all. Take everything in. Love my team. I will be in Atlanta for the first game of the season. ATL versus Philly. I'm going to be in there talking big boy stuff up there.
Oh,
so
wow.
they're going to be mad at me in Atlanta. I might get shot at. You know what I mean?
Oh, no.
Hey,
let's not do. Let's not. Yeah, let's not wish
that's
that.
That's a joke. It's just a joke.
From the transition to Philly, let's go to Dallas from the Hall of Fame game. How are you feeling? Well, from what I've saw, quarterback behind Dak is not good.
Should be worried.
Wait. I didn't see it right.
No. It's too early to be worried. My thing is they got to fill this thing out. The best quarterback I saw to me was Garrett. Garrett was the best to me. Behind Cooper Rush was okay, but I think Garrett did a really good job. They couldn't get in the end zone. Okay, he's still working on it. I think they're gonna have some talent if that goes down. You still working out the kinks right now. I don't think we should be worried. I love this dude. What was his name? Was it Preston? What was the dude name that got the fumble?
Parsons from Penn State.
Yeah.
Who got the fumble? Yeah, in the first part of the game when Mason Rudolph. That's go figure. You know what I'm saying? Just Mason Rudolph, okay, for the Steelers. But he got that. Dallas looked like offense gonna be pretty decent once they get some stuff worked out. Defense didn't look too bad, but then all of a sudden they folded. So, hey, they still got a good ways to go. I think Dallas, I'm like him. I'm like Homeboy just said. I'm going to sit back and watch it, hoping that, Dak will be able to go because the shoulder injury right now, hoping that everything is well and he'll be able to be healthy. Like you said, we got 5 more weeks and he'll be healthy by the time we play Tampa Bay. So, we'll see.
So,
Gabbert to me was cool. Danucci, even though I call him Uchi Coochie Danucci, y'all need to cut him. Y'all need to cut him. He is terrible.
Oh,
he was terrible.
He is terrible. He remind me
terrible.
of one of them real cute girls at the club that can't do nothing but be cute. Like that's what he remind me of. He is terrible. Like they can't cook, they can't clean.
Let the lights come on and it's all bad.
Shout out to Sharon Mullen.
Oh.
They can't sew a button.
Oh.
Can't even make reservations.
He said, can you make reservations? Oh my gosh, that's bad.
Man, look, and look, heaven forbid the lights come on and you still sober. Oh man, that's just bad news.
No, crazy.
And that leads me to this. With the rookie class that came in before we go to break, is there one player in this year's rookie draft class that you're excited to see take their first NFL snap? Not in preseason. I'm talking real 100% regular season game time.
I got to see this wide receiver, Devontae Smith. I got to see if he's really that guy.
Yep. Yeah. I got my eye on him.
I want to see what Justin Fields going to do. I really want to see, and I actually want to see if what's his name from Clemson.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I want to see them play NFL style. It's good to play college. You're on top of the world. You're one of the top. You're drafted number 1. But when you get to the NFL, it's a whole different ball game. So I'm excited to see how they're going to fit in those roles.
Well, him and his head coach, Urban Meyer, can certainly grow together because Urban Meyer is already down there getting fined.
Wow.
I mean, and he's already under a microscope for that one. So,
right.
That might not be a good thing with, with all that.
I'm going to go with one player that a lot of people aren't talking about. They're more talking about his mama. And basically that AFC East division, you're looking at Mac Jones. When does New England pull the trigger on him? And the kid in New York with the Jets. Mommy's getting more press than him.
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, it's the Jets. I forgot they even still had a football team.
I don't think that.
You forgot they started winning at the last minute last year.
And they might as well. I mean, shoot. I'm pretty sure that all other 31 teams was tired before they got to that one. They might.
I'm gonna say this. I don't think Matt Jones sees the field.
Nope.
I think we're gonna see a resurgence of Cam Newton that's gonna scare a lot of people. Because Cam Newton before the COVID was actually pretty good, but this resurgence of Cam Newton that we about to see, I see him now. He in practice. He dancing. He feeling himself.
He having fun.
Last time I seen him dancing like that and feeling himself, he was MVP Cam. That's all I'm gonna say.
And in the Super Bowl.
That's all I'm gonna say.
And went to the Super Bowl, mind you.
And went to the Super Bowl. He was dabbing on people. Remember? He was dabbing on everybody. He got teams used to get mad at him that he was dabbing.
Yeah, and
he said, if you're that mad that I'm dabbing, stop me from getting to the end zone.
There you go. Then boy, he couldn't have said it. He said a mouthful there. All right, so we got about 20 seconds.
Before break, if Cam Newton and the Patriots are not in playoff contention, Mac Jones plays.
Maybe so, but they'll be in playoff contention.
Right.
Yeah. So go ahead, Renegade. That was my final thought for that. I mean, we can still come back and talk more about the quarterbacks with the NFL and everything. Open platform. If you guys have a topic you want to bring in, we're down for it.
All right.
Okay.
It sounds like good. We'll be right back. Give us about a minute, and we'll be here.
Are people around you upset because you're doing so well? Got a new car, a new job, and getting dirty looks from your friends and family? Or are you the one that's upset with someone else's success? Well, I have great news for you. Introducing Haterade, a drink that you can drink to drink the hate away. Available at all retail outlets. You can buy yours by the can or by the case. Haterade is a must for co-workers, family reunions, and even great for churchgoers. So go to your nearest retailer and pick up your case today. Buy a case in the next 30 minutes and you will receive a free can of our new product, Shady Spray, for all the shadiness in the air. So go and get your case of Haterade and drink the hate away today. Are people around you upset because you're doing so well? Got a new car, a new job, and getting dirty looks from your friends and family? Or are you the one that's upset with someone else's success? Well, I have great news for you. Introducing Haterade, a drink that you can drink to drink the hate away. Available at all retail outlets. You can buy yours by the can or by the case. Haterade is a must for co-workers, family reunions, and even great for churchgoers. So go to your nearest retailer and pick up your case today. Buy a case in the next 30 minutes and you will receive a free can of our new product, Shady Spray, for all the shadiness in the air. So go and get your case of Haterade and drink the hate away today. Are people around you?
And we are back.
Welcome back, everybody. We just got done talking NFL, which we're technically not done if we don't have to be. A lot of quarterbacks moving teams, a lot of moving parts. Watson was brought up. Who knows what's going to go down? Like Karen K said, we have an extra game this year added to the schedule. One less preseason game unless you're Dallas and Pittsburgh. They get the extra one because of the Hall of Fame game. As a franchise, before we go into the open topic area, how much time do you play your starters in these preseason games? Now you only got 3 of them.
I think they get the first quarter. You know, you just try to see if they it's usually you give them 3 what is it called? 3 series. 3 series, yeah. You get them 3 series, and after 3 series, you try to see exactly where they're at and what's going on. You know, if they look sharp first 2 series, they usually take them out. Like, all right, y'all got it, y'all get them together. They usually take them right out. But it all depends. You know, you're trying to see if camp is translating to the field. You're trying to see if they learn these new plays. It's like, there's a lot to it sometimes, man.
And the reason why I bring it up, we got big games week 1 that right off the rip. We got Dallas-Tampa, which is the Thursday night kickoff in Tampa. They're going to probably put the banner up.
Right.
Then you got that Sunday, you got Cleveland and Kansas City.
Wow, so, that's going to be good.
The NFL this year is starting to say we got to stack the deck and make people want to watch. Because of going back to the COVID, a lot of stuff was shut down, and we're starting to see more people go out and about to an extent. Amusement parks and all this. So the NFL's like, trust me, Thursday night, you don't want to miss this game. Oh, you're going to be out and about? Go to Amazon. Go to Peacock, because I'm pretty sure Peacock will have some of these NFL games.
Yeah.
So we're in the era now where they have to give us the tease so they know we're on our little device watching that game. So do you see more big games like this happening throughout the season?
I mean, I do, because listen, they had to bring the game back between Cleveland and Kansas because of one of those calls. Cleveland actually should have won that game between them and Kansas, because I seen some calls they did not make on one of those calls where Cleveland was taking the ball down to go in the end zone. There was a call. I think so. Those are games they need to bring back, so we can see. It's almost like part two of what we left off with in the playoffs last year. So I think they need to bring in teasers and big games like that to get more viewers. And plus, they're letting more people in the stadium now, so it's all good for the marketing, for the what they got going on to get the crowd going and to get viewers. And that's how most of those games are going to be aired, according to the viewers that they bring in. That are actually able to see the games.
Right. I mean, you know what? It's good for ratings. It's good for the game of football.
That's what I wanted to say, ratings.
Yeah, it's good for ratings. It's good for the game of football. To have these marquee matchups and everything else, part-time. Or at least in prime time. That's gonna be a great thing, especially Thursday night. I mean, everybody loves football. So, with that being said, I think it's important that to help ease some of the COVID stress and all the other stressors out of life. A lot of people got football, and Ray Lewis was right when I was watching him one time. What's that show they had on ESPN? What was it? Inside the Game. Ray Lewis said, you take away football, it's gonna be all kinds of evil going on. I think he might have been on to something with that one.
You look like you want to say something.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Right.
I mean, I just feel as though sports and music is the two things that racism doesn't really exist.
And you know what? And also, with that being said, they help control the narrative of the people.
Yeah, they do. I would have to say that they do. But I also want to say I kind of seen this coming with the whole. Do y'all remember last year the Saints' first playoff game was on Disney? Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Nick? No, it was Nick Jr.
Yeah, Nick Jr. Yeah, that was crazy. You know what I mean? They scored a touchdown and the splash came out and all that stuff. And I was like, okay, so they're starting to move to different networks to do different things. I think the whole thing is everybody wants to get paid for subscription.
Yep.
They're trying to eliminate cable. These cable companies are going to die. They're trying to eliminate cable. Little by little, they are trying to eliminate cable. Every Showtime Stars, they want you to subscribe to their thing. Hulu,
HBO.
Yeah, it's called cable cutters. Cable cutters is what they're trying to do. Cable cutters, either cord cutters is one of them.
Right. And it's kind of crazy because if you just buy the subscriptions of the stuff that you watch, it's cheaper than actually paying for the cable.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Right now I got a streaming service that I'm paying for. It's like $9 a month. Now I may be like 30 seconds behind y'all on games, but for $9 a month, I'm cool. I got 5,000 channels.
I know that's right.
I got 5,000 channels. I'm cool. Woo! If I miss 30 seconds, oh well. I ain't that mad at it. Right. Like I said, I got 5,000 channels. I can watch all the pay-per-views I want to, all the major fights, all the Olympics. I got all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, you ain't lying about that. So, I mean, so you think this is basically spelling the end of cable? As we know.
I think cable was going to come to an end about 5 years ago. And I told a guy that, and he was, when that Fire Stick came out and everybody was getting a Fire Stick, and the guy was like, oh, you shouldn't have a Fire Stick because your kids could be watching porn. Let them. Let them. The kids could be watching. I was watching porn as a kid.
Hey,
I rather watch porn and practice it, and I got more grandkids.
Hey, remember the squiggly lines that you used to get? Before we got to the scrambler box, and you had to decipher what they was doing. That's what it was all about, is imagination.
Right. Your imagination was great, man. But he wanted me to pay, because I used to pay $300 for cable a month.
Jesus.
Cable, internet, phone, how they try to give you the triple play.
Wow.
Right, the bundle.
I was paying $300 a month. And then after a while, I was like, I'm not paying them no more. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna pay for the internet.
Right.
And now the internet just $80 and my cable's $9 and I'm cool. $89.
Yeah, I mean it. You know, it's definitely becoming a ripoff, and the service ain't being so reliable either. With that, so I mean, shoot, it becomes a hassle because you know your internet cut off, and then you know if you bundling, if your one thing shuts off, they all gonna shut off. You know, so that's kind of one of those things, man, where it's really becoming a hassle.
Like
And
cables, and then they want all this extra from you, social security number, all this. Then they putting it now, it's going to your credit. With these subscriptions, this ain't going to your credit. You don't pay it, it's off. That's it.
mm, you know,
It's
that's
just that simple.
until you pay your bill,
Until you pay your bill. But
and then
there's
you
a lot
get
of
back
people
on.
that
Right.
got credit situations because of their cable bills and stuff like that. Man,
One word for
I'm
you.
done with cable.
Password. 2 words. Password sharing.
Mm,
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
Be like, hey, I'll give you my HBO Max. You give me that Netflix.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Only thing I
That's what you
watch
gotta
on
do.
Netflix
Yeah.
is what's the name of my favorite show on Netflix? Oh man, it's like the junior college football joint.
Yeah.
I
Blue
can't
Mountain
think of her
State.
name. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and now they got a basketball joint. I'm gonna watch that one next.
So we got about 9 minutes or so. Any other sports topics?
Well, I wanted to know what is Houston going to do with John Wall?
nothing. They wasted money.
They not about to pay him 170 million.
They
For him
wasted.
not to want to play there.
They wasted their money. Nothing. Because that's exactly what he's gonna do in Houston. He's got nothing. John Wall is a has been. He's washed up. As
I don't think
Stephen
he's
A.
washed
Smith
up.
would-
I don't think he's washed up.
Yeah, he's done.
But I think that this is what I do think. I think that Houston will buy him out. But 170 million, that's a hell of a buyout.
That's a huge buyout.
Man,
Big.
that's a hell of a
Wow.
buyout.
Well, they better off doing that than wasting money to put him on the floor for him to get hurt.
It's
again.
either or, because honestly, I don't think he's going to go on the floor. Like, everybody keep connecting him to, like, the Sixers or the Knicks, and I'm like, I mean, I'll take him after he got cut, but I'm not paying that 170 million. But I'll take him after he got cut, though, because I believe he could be that third piece
Mm.
and still, not be a star, but he can still be the third piece on the team to help you get a championship.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
what I
to go
believe.
back.
I believe he's going to give us way more points than Ben Simmons. I do believe that.
What?
Yeah, Ben Simmons only giving you 15 if you feel like it. You'll get
So
10
to go
rebounds,
back-
10
He
assists.
said if you feel like it.
To go back to the Luka thing, I found the article. It's a supermax deal. The $207 million is what Mark Cuban's going to sign him to,
Okay,
Which-
so you get the same as Trey.
which is the supermax
Oh,
that they
that's what
can
I
sign.
That's what I meant to say. Which is also the same as Gilgeous Alexander. That's what I meant to say. Shea Gilgeous Alexander is getting $181 million. If he makes any All-NBA team, any of the three, if he makes any of the three All-NBA teams, it will be bumped from 181 to 207.
I mean, let's be honest. It's about the incentives, the performance incentives that these players are getting now.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that was BS. I don't think he deserved that.
I mean,
Now,
let's be
a
honest.
lot of people
Agents
say
are
I'm
good.
hating. I know they throw money out at free agency in the NBA, but I don't think that he's that guy. But you know what? Congratulations on you and your money. But I don't believe that Shea Gilgeous Alexander is that guy. But I think OKC made so many mistakes and let so many star players go that they didn't want to make another. That's what I really believe.
Well, it's kind of like with Philly with Ben Simmons.
Right? Right. You gonna keep throwing that back. I keep seeing it, and you gonna keep throwing that one back.
Yeah, and throw Andre Drummond in there for the love triangle type deal.
Oh man,
they got going up.
Nobody can shoot fucking free throws on our team.
No,
this is terrible.
And that's gonna.
And the bad part is they're at the line, probably at one of the top 5 teams that's at the line every year.
Yep. Yeah, so we'll see how that go. You could hack a Ben, you could hack a Dre, you could hack them all. I mean, the whole team. Go ahead and put them on the line because they ain't gonna make it.
At least Embiid can shoot free throws. That's the best thing I love about him. He gonna shoot them free throws.
Right.
Then with all the money that's been thrown around, is there a player out there you're surprised hasn't signed? Or if he has, it hasn't made big news? Mine is Porzingis.
Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis is the guy that I believe that took way too less to stay in Milwaukee. He got a 2-year, $9 million deal. After the performance he put out in this playoffs, he should have got a 3-year, $37 million deal. That's what he should have got.
That's a lot.
Since they throwing money, that's what I'm saying. But he went for 2 years, $9 million, and the second year is optional. So I guess he's betting on himself to win 6th Man of the Year next year. That's what I mean.
Could. My big one was Porzingis. Like he is a free agent in Dallas. If he signs somewhere, he ain't making the news.
I think if he goes back to New York, I think it'll be a good thing. I think him and Randall would be good together.
I agree.
I don't want to see him go, but he doesn't understand his role on this Dallas team. So if he wants to go,
well, yeah, I mean. That's the thing, though. He should have known that. I mean, by the caliber of player Luka Doncic actually is.
I think he thought he was going to be a little different because they both from overseas.
Well,
so I guess he was saying, like, we was going to go dominate Dallas. They got the head coach over there, they had the head coach over there, Rick Carlisle. But
now they got Jason Kidd.
Well, he
ended up leaving too.
Well, why don't they play one-on-one for it? Fuck it. Do it old school. Whoever.
They got.
They not built like that.
That's true. I'm just saying.
They're not built like that.
Hey, ain't that how we used to settle stuff on the playground? Hey, play one-on-one.
One-on-one.
You play one-on-one. Whoever lose, you asked out.
Or you got to do it. Or you got to do it the other way. You used to have to shoot for it.
Yep, shoot for it. Top of the key.
Shoot for it. Top of the key. Yep.
Yep.
I mean, hey, something. But that's the thing. Porzingis is a good player, and I think. I can think he could go and beat a man somewhere.
He's a poor man's Dirk.
Ooh, that's a bit much. That's a bit.
I don't even think he's that good, but I'll let you go ahead and say it.
I'm a Dirk man. I'm a Maverick fan. Always have been. Dirk's my boy. I remember when they beat the Heat. My brother is a LeBron fan. First thing I did was call him. I didn't care it was at midnight. Dirk's my boy, always has been. I was there when they had the Nashes and the Finleys and couldn't get there.
And people think I was tripping when I said Steve Nash to me was better in Dallas than he was in Phoenix.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. But I believe Steve Nash was better in Laker yellow.
Steve Nash just wasn't surrounded by the right people. For him to be able to win, and it sucks that a player of his caliber had to go through that. But it was the same thing with John Stockton, though, rinse and repeat.
Well, yeah. So we got 1 minute here, everybody. Where can they find you? Where can they tune in to listen, to watch you, to troll you, I guess?
They can come troll me if they want to at the Ignorant Thinker Podcast. I'm on all social media platforms. If you go on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, even TikTok, Twitter, and LinkedIn, I'm Ignorant Thinker Podcast. You go in there, you can follow, click the link in the bio, I'll show you all the shows that I have, and what I have going on. Each and every Tuesday, you can check me out on Talk You Wish Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. That's each and every Tuesday. We are going on season 3 next Tuesday, not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday. And every Saturday morning, you can check me out. Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the show called The Side Joint.
Yeah, I watched that a couple times. That's pretty good.
And every Wednesday, make sure you check out Wild Wednesday every Wednesday with Sam Sports. And Sundays, I have 10 a.m. Eastern show with Out Your League Sports.
I thought I was a busy person.
Man.
Yeah, I'm kind of everywhere. I'm kind of everywhere.
Well, that's what's up.
So, Miss Karen, let everybody know again where they can find you, listen to you, tune in.
Hey, tune in for me right now in another minute or so at Devil's Advocate on No Filter. Also, check out my YouTube page. I actually got that's Karen B. Evans # Speak Life. Definitely got some motivational videos up, so definitely check me out there, and possibly
they finishing up the other
show coming.
Oh, you all right? What's up, Danielle? She's on the show. She's on with us from Devil's Advocate, which, by the way, you guys can tune into here in a second. Finish up, Miss Karen. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm done. Thank you.
Oh, all right. I apologize for that. I didn't mean to cut you off. And of course,
no problem.
You know where to find myself. I'm everywhere and in between. All social media platforms, No Filter Productions, LLC.com. Check us out there. You check us out on Spotify, iTunes, Overcast.
Spotify.
Yeah, I'm on Spotify. We're on Spotify also.
Yeah, we are. I'm on all that too as well.
Yep.
All platforms podcasts.
Yep.
You want to listen to me?
You can check us out anytime, anywhere. Another thing, shout out to all of our fans. Over 2,500 followers. 10 different countries. This No Filter experience has been brilliant, and we're looking forward to a lot more right here. As we get used and settled into the new format. Hope everybody likes it. Which I'm pretty sure they do. But go ahead and take us out, James.
That being said, you can find me here every Saturday. Well, maybe not next Saturday, which is my birthday weekend, but we'll see. Every Saturday, 8 o'clock, No Productions, changing the game. We will see you next week.
Yep.
August 12th, baby.
All right. We'll see y'all for Devil's Advocate here in about 5 minutes.